Okay, so continuing here with the tricep shape. First we are adding the tendons, and yeah, after we can continue, but let's add this medial head and the long head. And then from this part we're gonna make a tail. Just insert a volume like that, and right after, with them standard brush, you can remove that volume and have the brachialis shape. So and remember that right after this tail we also gonna have the start point of the ridge muscles. So from here I can add this volume just to make sure where the ridge muscle is gonna start. But first, before we can actually first we do the ridge muscles, I think would be better to first find it here, the two epicondyles, the lateral epicondyle and the medial epicondyle. So we know that on the lateral epicondyle will be the origin of the extensors muscles, and so let's first make the extensors muscles being coming from this shape and going to this region, you know, going to the middle of the wrist, and this part in red will be the head of ulna, and here will be the olecranon, the elbow. So it's also the ulna, and here will be the extensors, and we also gonna have some part being show of the flexors muscle to this part, and also from here we're gonna have the ridge muscles going to the side part of the forearm. Good. And from that we're gonna have the pollicis muscles. Okay, so in green we can separate by 3 and another one over here, which will be the minimi, extensor digitorum, this one, and extensor carpionaris, ulnaris. And also here we're gonna have the anconeus muscle. Okay, so let's start by adding the extensors muscle. I'm gonna start by adding like into this shape, and I will most of the volume I'm gonna add into this first middle half, this first half of the box, because I know that into the second half will be more related to the tendons, so it will have more flat shape like this. Okay, and from this I can start by adding the ridge muscles. So, and Remember that the lateral web condyle will be kind of over here, and from this part, let me update the Dynamesh. From this part, I'm gonna have all the flexors. Notice that all those flexors will come from this part, and it will take more the volume of this region, like that. The first half. So those will be the flexors. Here I can force a little bit more the head of Una. You know, and this region I can make it kind of a negative shape. Okay, so notice how we still have the box over here, and after we can correct this, but also from the medial epicondyle we can bring out the pronator teres muscle. The pronator teres will create this nice separation from biceps and the volume of flexors, just like that. And right into the middle we're gonna be able to see this another arrow shape again, like this, an asymmetrical shape, right? This one will be higher than this, and yeah. Here we're gonna have another muscle, and here we're gonna have two policies. And then once we start to smooth everything, now we can start to refine those shapes. First we can refine this shape of the elbow properly. And then we can start to refine the shape of flexors muscle by adding the anconeals. Once again, because it's not being shown very well, like that. Yeah, so here I'm refining the shape of triceps. Notice how I really don't need too much resolution or subdivisions to make nice nice detailing, or even the form to make it into the right place. One thing that we could try is to raise up the clavicles just a little and make it more into a diagonal shape, more like that. I think will be better looking. Refining once again those shapes, and now let's go over the brachialis shape. All right. Here for the biceps, we have to think on its tendons, more on this kind of shape. Let me show you. Here between the biceps and triceps, we're gonna have a part that will be visible of brachialis muscle. And this will be the internal part of triceps. And right over the middle, both, we're gonna have the coracobrachialis muscle. That is another one that we didn't made into the acre shape, but it goes from the coracoid process on scapula, and it connects over here in the humerus. So try to remember this shape for triceps. The inner part of the triceps. Okay. adjusting a little bit the proportions, the overall shape. And let's refine a little bit more this shape for the deltoid, the posterior head. We can create a nice marking over here and better separate then over the scapula. Let's up this a little bit. And this triceps should be good to have it going right under the deltoids like this, and this deltoid shape could be a little bit more like so. Notice how the lateral head goes over the top of everything. Trying to correct the shape of acromion and also its separation from scapula. Here I can cover better the clavicle shape with the anterior head of deltoid. What is that? I think they are not so. Yeah, they were not precisely symmetrical, but now let's change it. Disable the local symmetry and mirror weld. Yeah, now it's right in place. Better. You can think the deltoids like into these three heads. And better blend a little bit more this shape here. Let me find some reference. We can take a look on those references I separated here. Yeah, correcting some shapes, and now let's continue with the arms. Yeah, let's go over the next lesson.